But if we look here now, we've got that little green dot on your sort of right trouser leg there, okay? You can see as you go back here now, takeaway's pretty good. The club we talked about last time staying in line with the hands there, so this is good, okay? We're getting a good shoulder turn to here now. But now your hips kind of stop working, the arms then lift up, yeah? So we're not really getting what we call much depth in the back, which is why your hands are sort of struggling with that run, sort of hang on to the club, because you're just trying to go back.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. If you
It does,
the body turn.
It almost loosens the hand.
Exactly. It's almost like your hands are going, rather than your hands doing this, here, they're kind of going over, they're just stretching further across your torso. Yeah, you just haven't taken the right side of your body and turned enough, yeah? So the more your right side turns, the less stretching your arms and hands are going to do, which will mean the grip. As you then come back down, just watch your right knee and hip movement there, that right knee going towards the ball, and that's going to sort of put the right toe upon that right foot there now. So your hips now are probably over here somewhere, yeah? The club now is getting closest to the old Mr. Hosen, if we're not careful, okay? And now the club's coming across the golf ball. This is the before swings, yeah. So you can see impact now. The fact your right foot is up on its toe. So your impact now is like this, yeah?
Yes.
Hips are going left, knees forward, okay?
Yes.
This one now on the right-hand side is the one with the sticks, okay? So you can see as you go back, I wouldn't say that's in a massive amount of hip turn, okay? You could potentially go more.
Yeah.
Because the swing is shorter, look how much more grip pressure you've got on the hands there. You can actually, your fingers aren't like hanging on for dear life. You can turn back more. So the hands are able to control the club. Still in the same good wrist position. As you come back down, the feeling, as we said, if I go back to start, this is the sort of pump drill we're talking about. So up to there now, don't move the hips at all is the feel. We watch the stick there, okay? Even not trying to move it, the stick is still moving a little bit, which it will do, yeah? Yeah, but that's the feeling. And one of the images we sort of look at for sort of swing playing is see how the club now when you come back down is right through your right forearm there, yeah?
Yeah.
This is kind of all the tall players are looking for. If we go back to when you're hitting the ball here now, is it anywhere near your right forearm there?
Oh, really?
How steep that is.
Oh, really? Just along the
Yeah. So this position, if you look at all the tall players, they'll look at that sort of good impact position. The club now is matching up with your right foot. I think when the hands now are kind of in line there with sort of your belt buckle, look where they are in relation to your body. Whereas if you go to this one, look where the hands are in relation there.
Wow.
Yeah. Now this is obviously an exaggeration.
I know.
But this is where we're trying to get you towards eventually. You're not going to go there like that.
No.
It'll take a bit of practice with that, okay? But doing that pump down drill now is going to shallow out your club just naturally. I've not said to any part of you, we need to shallow the club today. We've just said get your hips further back and keep them back there, yeah? As a result of that movement now, that club, without even thinking about it, every single time is coming back into the slot perfectly, yeah? So we keep doing that movement there now, get that feel. Then when we go to the top of the back, so now I say a bit more hip turn, hands are on the club nicer. As we come back down now, we're more in line with that right forearm, okay? It's in the gap there. I mean, if you think comparison to where you were here, if we go back to the club, that's nearer your left forearm, if anything, yeah? As this one comes back down now, sort of level with that belt buckle. There we go. It's probably just slightly nearer your right foot. But look at the hip position. You think your hips are not turning, yeah?
Yeah.
At this stage now, you've already got open hips. Your hips are already starting to open up now. There's impact. The club now is a lot more or less heely based, okay? And as you go to the golf ball, okay, you can see the stick there is here, which means your hips are aiming left, even though you think, keep my hips back.
So ideally, at that position, should they be even more?
They will be slightly
the ball.
open, but as long as the shoulders are square there, which you can see, that's going to help your path, yeah? Your shoulders are dictating the path. The problem is your hips dictate your shoulders. So if you spin your hips through the ball, which inevitably is going to happen, you spin your hips left, the shoulders go with it, your shoulders aim left, your divot and your path is going to go left, yeah? If you then try to change it, this is where you said, when I said, what'd you do differently there? You went, I don't know. Yeah. Your brain sees the ball hooking way left and goes, I don't want to go left. And then you'll do some manipulation with your hands, your wrist, you might shove it like, or you do whatever, and you'll block it 40 yards right.
Yeah.
And then you go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, I love it.
So if we can get your body working better, I suppose, on the way back, as we said, the three movements your pelvis is going to have in the golf swing, you're going to rotate on the way back, so your right hip's going to go behind you, so your pelvis is going to effectively close up on the way back. It can then shift on the way through and then unwind as you hit the golf ball, the first two movements, you're able to make a golf swing and not do that pelvic movement. We said, make a golf swing there, just don't turn your hips at all, and you went, doable, Don't feel very good, it's doable. You could also swing and not shift your hips. impossible, I would say, for the most part, to not rotate your hips on the way through.
It's amazing. Just one other thing, Gareth. I noticed I'm quite hunched.
Which one?
No,
on
just the back of my shoulders and my head. It looks like I'm hunched like that. Am I not? No?
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say I think very few people have a perfectly straight back. It's something I've done a lot with Paul, actually, because I've been to tournaments and back rotors. I mean, just trying to get a better posture in general.
Big old boy, yeah.
Yeah. So we sort of did the one where you stand with your heels on the wall, back head on the wall, and you just try and get your 3 points of the contact there, just to feel a taller posture. But I wouldn't look at that there now in terms of the angles you're making. No, it's not. Okay. I mean, you might feel it getting a little bit more of a straighter back wouldn't help your hip turn, but I think for you it's just more of a physical thing. You can do it, you just got to make sure your body goes, right, okay, I've got to engage this right hip.
It's a funny thing, that whole hip and shoulder turn, because the feeling I have in my head is the more I turn, the more I'm going to be away from the ball. If I move it an inch, I've only got an inch to go. The further I go back, the more I turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's more room for error, I suppose. The further
is
you
what's
go.
in there.
Yeah.
Instead
the problem
is
it go. If you swing back here and then stop going away from kind of this ball line, just lift it up in the air. You can't then lift it back down and hit it. You're going to now start twisting, so your club's going out over here somewhere. So your club's always going to be going probably too far on this track, on the outside. And that's what lends itself to the older unmentionables, or more than likely for a good player, you just pull it left, I
haven't done one of those since. That was the most frightening experience of my life.
But when you've had them with the hips there, when the stick is coming round, your arms are aware there's something I'm going to collide into, so your arms just move out this way to miss the stick. So when you were getting the old whatevers, it's because your hips were still rotating quicker, and your arms are just trying to miss the stick. So just instinctively find space.
So I'll put a stick here and I'll practice that chipping.
Exactly. I mean, you're able to hit full shots eventually, but just to start with, because you can see even trying to do small shots with no hip turn, the hips are spinning.
Wanting to.
Of course they are, and they're going to spin. We don't want them not to spin completely, but ultimately we don't need to spin them. It's like if I drop a ball from the top of a cliff, I don't need to push it down the cliff. It's going to get down the cliff through momentum and gravity.
So you're happy with the static at the beginning,
a lot. From front on, your setup's looking really good. To be fair, I think the hands that we said going back nicely in front there are good. Just getting a little bit more kind of hip turn, so we call more depth in the back swing, so get this side of your body behind you a bit more. The stick obviously showcases that a lot, and then from there, just that feeling, as we said, when you're doing it slowly, that this is the kind of feel, because you'll never hit a golf ball without moving your hips. You can do it slowly with no swing at all. But to do that with your hips moving, obviously.
And that punch drill, you're almost trying to replicate that feeling in a proper golf swing.
I think when you're in the golf ball, just think, turn back more, now I'm done, just hit it, It's very hard to kind of think too much in the swing, as we always do.
I get it.
Okay, mate?
Gareth,
very good.
Thanks.
Pleasure.
That's excellent. Yeah, great to be back, great to be moving
and swinging some good stuff, mate.
Your health is just the biggest thing, being out for 10 months doing
exactly, mate.
It's just horrid, Gareth.
It is, mate. It's not nice at all. So, good to see you in the ball as well as you are, buddy.